Hello there, friends. My name is Briar Alba. I'm here with the Grazing Daisy. I am an 18-year-old college student who is passionate about teaching other people new things. As always, start small and dream big. Hello, everybody. I am moving again. So I'm in my new bedroom, starting to put stuff in my closet, starting to grab some things from my other room and bring them over. Right now, my dad is about to come over with the first load of kitchen stuff because I'm going to try to put like a miniature kitchen in this area here. Because it's a little bit different than where I was living previously. It was kind of more like a roommate situation where it was just me and my roommate basically shared the entire apartment. Here, I'm actually in a spare bedroom in someone else's house. So I figured it would be nice if I had like my own little kitchen where I could cook most of my own food. Obviously, there's only so much you can do with small appliances, but we're gonna make do with what we got for the most part. This cool shelf is actually gonna hang on the wall here, and hopefully I'll make that look pretty cool. Yeah, so my dad's gonna bring over a load, and then we're gonna go to my apartment and move a load of stuff over from there, because I've got 4 big crates of books, so should be an adventure. Hello everybody, this is day 2 of moving. So yesterday my dad came by and unloaded a whole bunch of stuff, and today they're planning on coming back this evening to unload some more. But right now I figured I would just kind of show you where we're at to give you a quick little tour, and that way you can kind of see the process as everything changes over the next couple days and weeks. So first let's start with the closet. So I tried to add some more shelving up at the top there. You can see the crates up there. I wasn't a huge fan of how those turned out looking, so I think we're not going to do the crates. We'll put those somewhere else, and then I might add like a shelf or something up there. So we'll see how that all ends up working out. We added in this little bar here into the closet, so obviously this is a very small closet and I have quite a few clothes. Okay guys, it is day 3 of moving, so it is Sunday. Yesterday I was trying to take a video on our progress from yesterday, but my video seemed to have cut out early. I'm going to start off where I left yesterday. As you can see, I got scratched by a dog, which is why my eye looks like that. So we're going to start kind of in the closet, and then we're going to work our way around. Closet, as I mentioned in the last video, I've been filling it more up with clothes. I've been putting them, packing it in there. The bar, the little tiny thin bar, is still holding strong, so that's really good. I'm excited about that so far. We put in the shoe shelf, we put blankets in here, and just kind of already just trying to unload some things in there. Up at the top, I'm not a huge fan of those crates, but for right now, that's what we're working with. So we just put like a couple bigger things up there. Now moving on to the kitchen, which is something I'm super excited about. So there's the full look. Oh, it's amazing. It's just a whole little kitchen. So I'm kind of liking how we have this little table here with the crates on the kitchen table. I really think I like that. Pretty much what we have here is we have this little pan. This is also a pan that plugs in, and then it'll like heat up, and it's kind of just like cooking on the stove in a pot. We got food chopper, hand mixer, mixing bowls, measuring spoons, basically all that normal kitchen-y stuff, water filter, things like that. So that's kind of all that we have in the kitchen right now. Down here, yesterday, my best friend and mom painted this brown for me, so I'm super happy about that. Thanks, guys. And it has wheels on it, so let's see if I can wheel it out quick. So this is just it just fits under the table perfectly, and we have my cutting board on top, so that way I can roll it out, cut vegetables and things, have a little extra counter space for baking and stuff. And then down in the bottom is more storage space. So this is like a little cabinet that I can put food and stuff in. This has been my animal cabinet for years. It was like an uglyish grayish color. And so I kept like all my hamster supplies in there, and my cat supplies, and my perler beads. So this has just kind of been like a miscellaneous random cabinet over the years. So we cleaned it up, painted it brown so that it looks a little bit nicer. And then over here, my dad put this up on the wall for me. So that was really amazing. It was kind of a process. So he put it up on the wall, and then he realized that the actual shelving part wasn't really attached to the back of it super well, so then he ended up having to unscrew it, take it back off the wall, screw it together a little bit better, and then he put it back on for me so that way it didn't fall apart while I had stuff on it, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna put some things up there, probably like mason jars, and put some like, I don't know, dry food up there. Not really sure how exactly everything's gonna go right now. We got a little garbage there. This is my toaster oven. So it's kind of small, but I'll be able to do like a few things in there, hopefully. This here is my fridge, and we actually just plugged it in. Cold in there now, and I have some Chinese leftovers in there because we had Chinese for lunch today. This is my desk. We moved this over, and the chair, and we got my little milk can, which I love so much, so that was really cool. And then over here is just a disaster. This is just a whole bunch of my random stuff that we moved over today. We got my hundreds of books right there. We've got my craft supplies, some seeds, and other plant stuff. My end table is back in the corner there, so kind of just a mess. I am going to actually pack up some stuff tonight because I'm not staying here. I've been dog sitting for the family here while they were gone. But then for this next week, I'm going to be back at my apartment, work on packing up some more stuff, enjoying my last week there, and then I will be moving in here next week during Memorial Day weekend. So it's kind of weird to have lived here for 5 days, and then I'm leaving for 5 days, and then I'll officially be moving in, and then I'm leaving again, but that's a story for another time. So it's just kind of been a lot, but it's been fun. And yes, so I'm so excited with how it's going so far. I will take a couple videos when I'm at my apartment to kind of show you how things are going over there. Hello friends, I have been over here. It's Friday now, so I've been over here packing some stuff, saying my final goodbyes to my beloved bedroom. So pretty much what we have left are like the ladders in the corner, a couple bins of random little stuff, that shelf at the corner. My closet is like completely empty. And then on the bed here, we have like all my little trinkets and stuff. These are the notorious doors that I have. My dad's coming over tomorrow. He's taking them all apart, and we're gonna put them in the U-Haul when we rent that tomorrow morning. So it's going to be quite the day full of moving things. We're gonna move the bed over tomorrow, all that stuff. So tomorrow night, I will officially be moved into the other bedroom. So this will be my last night in this beautiful apartment, which is kind of bittersweet. But I'm excited to move on to the next chapter. Hello everybody, it is moving day, and here is my room. It is pretty much all taken out. Sad, sad white room. Here we are, all my worldly possessions all in one big truck. We got my doors, my ladders, my bicycle that I haven't ridden in 10 months. It's all in here waiting to be unloaded again. He loaded up most of it. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering how in the world I moved my worms from one place to another. Well, we got them all buckled up in my car here. So I put the cat bed underneath to give it a little bit more stability. First I thought I would take the legs off and then try to shove it in there, but this ended up working out super well. So I just strapped it in with the seatbelt and it is all good to go. Where are we going? Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A! It's a good thing it's not a Sunday, it's a Saturday. Look at that, our U-Haul has a camel on it. How fun. Go. First part of moving is finished. We got everything loaded up into the U-Haul, and now we are eating some lunch before we do it all over again and unload everything into my new bedroom. So that is going to be a little bit more difficult because then we are taking stuff out of the vehicle and walking upstairs. So should be fun. And this is what the bedroom looked like once we had just stuffed everything in there. So I was only able to get one ladder to fit, which we have in the corner there with all my books. We got all 3 doors to fit in there. And then over here we have my closet and my kitchen. So all of that went together relatively well. The great thing about actually being able to hang stuff up on the wall is that, well, you can hang stuff up on the wall. So I haven't been able to do that for the last while, so it's really cool to be able to put like my farmer's market sign and everything up there. The closet is packed tight, but we were able to manage to get pretty much all my clothes in there. And then I'm just kind of finagling around with it right now to see just how we can get it super organized. All the kitchen appliances went on the shelving very well, and we were able to get everything over there. And now the last thing that needs to be done is doing some organizing and figuring out just exactly where I want everything to go. We're still having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out where some of like those silver carts are going. Oh, I love those three little things on the wall there. That is my desk. And my little end table. So I'm almost wondering if I should remove the little end table and just move the desk over. That way I can maybe fit something else on the other side. We'll see what I end up doing for that. The big ladder was not able to fit, so that is going to have to go. But all of my little trinkets and things were able to go on the galvanized shelf behind there. And we have my grow light in the back. So I have a lot of my plants on that galvanized shelf with the light shining on them. And then these are all my books. So this is before I went through and organized them all, but I will show you what they looked like after I got them all organized. And I put more things on the doors, and I put my big B in the center. And then of course we have my mug up at the top there. And here is the video of everything once I got it all organized. So I got all the books straightened out, and I organized most of them based on topic. So I think that's how I like it. I might change it around, but for now, I just put all the animal books together, all the homesteading books together, all the biographies together, all the fiction books together, pretty much all organized that way. Here is the galvanized shelf with all of my little trinkets on it. I really, really love how I put it together this time around. I liked the way that it was set up last time, but I think I like this one better. So I was able to put all my little things in a cute little way. I got my little hen on nest collection there. And then this is my garden shelf. So I have my garden shelf plus my button collection and a couple other little random things that I feel like really elevated the look of the garden shelf. Hello everybody, I bet you didn't expect me to be back in my apartment, but here I am. So I just have a few more things that I need to clean up. I have a few kitchen things that I need to just wipe down, make sure I get in some of those cupboards and all that stuff, wipe down some baseboards and some doors and walls and windows and all that good stuff, make sure I have all the bathroom cleaned. So I'm just making sure that I do my part of the deep cleaning because my roommate's going to be living here for like the next week still before she's officially out. But yeah, here she is, my empty bedroom. And yeah, so I'm gonna be vacuuming in here, wiping everything down, making sure it's all good to go for the new people. And same thing with the bathroom. I'm just gonna be wiping everything down, making sure it's all nice and clean. So yeah, it's sad, but it's time to say our goodbyes. Alright, this is it. The key is being left on the counter. And there is the end of this vlog. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me as I moved from one bedroom to another. It has been quite an adventure, quite a long weekend, but I'm so thankful. Yeah, so I'm super excited. Right now I'm on the trail that I live right next to, and it is so beautiful. There were a couple deer out here that were just staring at me, like all the little animals just stared at me. It was wonderful. So I'm gonna be out here a lot and I'm so excited.